Hi everyone! I was spending the whole day today with Santa Muerte. I dedicated it to her. It was a fabulous day. It started out with picking some essential oils, blending it with some rose petals and some little ruby stones, and that went into the pregnancy belly. And it was fascinating. I also picked up a card out of the Santa Muerte deck, and let's just talk about it for a moment. I was a little bit hesitant on how to prepare her belly, but what I did was start first with the little pouch that is under here, under her skirt. And I hand sewed all of that, and I found this little bit of black lace on a slip that I was never wearing anymore, and I tied her all together with a red bow. Now, it was a little bit tricky stitching because I kept getting my thread caught on her hands, her crown. It was a little bit frustrating, but I kept telling myself, breathe. So, the first thing I did this morning was to pick some essential oils that I wanted to add to her pregnancy belly. And you can see that it does give that indication, so I'm quite happy with that. So the two that I was gifted through the cards, which is from the Essential Oil Healing deck, shuffled, and before I knew it, these two cards popped out, and quite neat because it deals with transformation and the oils themselves having been used for burial rites and ritual and altar magic. I'm like, no way. So let me tell you a little bit about cypress and thyme. And I do have thyme growing in my garden, and it will be probably put on the altar and burned. But I did want to put a few drops in her pouch, so I did that. The thyme came streaming out. This stopper was incredible. And cypress, I just put in a couple drops. And you always want to do your research and make sure that you dilute, but I was not rubbing this on my skin. It's into her belly. And why? Well, if I check back to my notes here, time is believed to aid the deceased's passage into the next life. Come on, people, I couldn't write this. She couldn't have picked better cards for me, could she? Come on. So it can be burned as an offering at your altar, and it can be used to purify the homes and the temples like it was years ago. It offers courage. It promotes feelings of forgiveness and cleansing. So as I move into my working with her, definitely going to be doing some cleansing of old and bringing in the new, transforming. And the cypress was great for transition and transformation. It was used in burial rituals, providing solace. It was also called the Tree of Immortality. Great, goes along with Santa Muerte. It eases pain, it helps you progress, and offers stability. And releasing stale emotions and accepting the flow. So that is me working with my dolly here. So the whole thing with Cypress is accept death as a natural part of life and rebirth. And again, scrumptious, was thrilled, happy to have that, and it had it on my shelf. Out of all the cards that could have fallen out of that deck, those two I do have. So it was fun after it was completed to see, that first came the pouch and I filled it all. And it was actually one of those little organza bags, and I just kept trying to make it rounder and rounder. Found some red material, put a little bit of cotton batting in there, actually 2 balls of cotton batting to give me that pouch look. And she didn't seem complete without having this little skirt here and tied at the back. And she's got quite a little bit of skirt there, so it was ample and it fit for what I needed. So I'm just thrilled with that. She looks so much better. So I'm hoping that Santa Muerte enjoyed that as much as me. I kept saying breathe as the stitches were getting stuck and such, but I did it. And then the card that I pulled this morning with wisdom from her was the Seven of Wands. Now, I live in a forest, so I can appreciate the darkness and moving from the darkness into the light, that transformation. And when you see the card up close, there's all kinds of mushrooms, and the leaves are falling. There is a change, there is a transition. It's a seven. For me, that's usually a struggle. But up here, things are weaving themselves into, I guess, a supportive netting. I'm really feeling supported by working with Santa Muerte. It really is quite delightful. And I'm sure there will be trials and tribulations, but right now she is receiving me and I'm enjoying it. You can see my altar is not set up yet. I had to get her ready first. So I think I'm ready and I can start doing a little bit more, but I wanted to show you where I was at, and any words of advice are greedily accepted at this time. So everyone, dance. Feel that fertility within you, that all you're working on and how you're growing, and throw up your hands like this little dolly and just enjoy everything that you are working on. So blessings going out to everyone, hugs, and have a fantastic evening.